just paralyzed temporarily.
You and I are not so different.
As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is a T9 version of the Renegade. Now, before I continue any further, if you want to see this tank being played live on stream, check out my fellow community contributors Napalmer and Z, and they'll be playing it down on their channels. Link to their channels down below in the description. So, this tank, as I mentioned, a T9 version of the M54 Renegade. Now, for lovers of the Renegade, I think this tank is actually going to be a solid pickup for you in the auction. At the time that I'm recording this, I don't actually know the currency it's actually going to be available for. However, it is a solid tank to pick up, especially more so compared to something like the K2, which we had a little bit earlier. Now, the K2 is pretty much another generic Soviet heavy tank with exceptional armor. This thing just takes what's good about the Renegade and just wants the stats up a little bit to make it worthy of tier 9. For example, we're talking about the alpha damage here on this tank, and it's still got a 120mm gun, but it's got a 150 damage, which is a little bit of a weird number. The armor on this tank is alright. It's not going to do you much good against a Jaeger hit shell, as we saw right there, but if you manage to get this thing held down and people manage to miss your frankly giant cupola, which is the biggest weak point in this tank, you're going to be bouncing quite a fair few shells. Now, the gun handling on this thing isn't too bad either. Like, sure, it's got a 2.7 end time and like full dispersion base. However, the dispersion factors themselves are actually not too bad, like 0.2, 0.2, and 0.1. Which means like you can be moving quite a fair bit and keeping yourself mobile and still keeping your shots pretty damn accurate. Now, just before I go any further, I'm just going to say, when I was recording this gameplay, I wasn't being the smartest, right? My brain kind of switched off for a minute. And yeah, you'll see.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb!
Yeah, because peeking sideways out with your rear showing towards a death's eye is the smartest thing I could have done there. But yes, this tank is been a bit of fun to play. I haven't had the best experiences with it, but that was just because my gameplay on the day was not the greatest, I'll admit. But I do think this tank is a fair bit of fun. It's solid heavy, combines good mobility, I'll say decent mobility with a very nice and punchy gun. The dispersion values are great. The armor does work fairly consistently, provided you're like juking shots and they're missing your cupola. I don't have a huge amount to say about this tank. The thing is though, for me, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the Renegade. I do enjoy the tank, but I wouldn't actively seek out that tank in like, let's say 6 out of 10 cases, right? I think the tank is obviously fun, but this tank, for my kind of playstyle, it's not necessarily the greatest that works for me. I do enjoy it though, and I do think it's going to be a good pickup for a fair few people, provided, say, the currency is alright. Now, as I mentioned, I don't know what the currency is going to be. I would hope it's maybe for something like credits or even free experience for people, so it's a little bit easier to pick up in comparison to, say, the gold auction, which has been done on NA and EU, for example, for some of the other options. But yeah, I don't know what currency, and I hope it's going to be one that's easily obtainable for people, because, like, imagine if you don't have the Renegade, getting this vehicle would actually be a very, very nice addition to your garage. As we can see here, like in this gameplay in the background though, we're pushing quite forward quite aggressively, like this thing having decent view range. What does it have? It's got 400 meters base view range, which is fantastic. It means you can go forward, be spotting people, running aggressively, hoping that your HE shells actually pen the side of a GW Tiger P, but that's alright. But you can see here, like, playing with these spooky bushes here on the back of Miravanka here, you can just do some excellent work with, like, how good, well, the gun is, for example. And I think that's probably the best thing about this thing, is just how good the gun is. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Penetration.